So on to fixtures for this season. We've lots of tasty fixtures in the first number of weeks. So be sure to get these dates down, get them in your diaries and tune in. Our first match is against Aston Villa. It's being shown on the BBC. Following that is Crystal Palace, shown on Sky Sports. Then Manchester United in week 3 on Sky Sports. And Arsenal, as our 4th game, is on the BBC. And the 5th game is against Tottenham and it's on Sky Sports. Do not miss a game. Do not miss a minute. So let's investigate our first opponent, Aston Villa. So Aston Villa have a new manager after Carla Ward has left. And I believe she's now working with Emma Hayes for the US Women's National Team. And the new manager that's come in is Robert de Pauw. Now he's a Dutchman and he's of good calibre. Robert de Pauw was manager of FC Twente for a season before joining Bayer Leverkusen for 2 seasons. And in his time at FC Twente, he won the Eredivisie League and the Eredivisie Cup. We've got a quote from him here. Robert de Pauw says, "What they can expect from me is a clear playing style. I like to have the ball and I like to be dominant. In a league where there are big teams, you have to be ready to defend well and be efficient on the counter-attack." Yeah, he's absolutely right. We'll no doubt get to learn more about him as the weeks pass, but personally, I think they might have employed a manager who can take them to the next level. But as well as a new manager, Aston Villa have had a lot of ins and outs in the last transfer window. Let's cover those. So as you can see on the screen here, you've got Paula Thomas from Levante, Katie Robinson from Brighton, Miri Taylor from Liverpool, Sabrina De Angelo from Arsenal, Chastity Grant from Ajax, Missy Bo Kearns from Liverpool, Jill Byings from Bayern Munich, she's on loan, and Gabby Nunes from Levante, who was their last signing. Now, most notable out of these transfers coming in, Paula Thomas is an excellent player and she's already made a big impact in pre-season. Robinson and Taylor are both very strong. D'Angelo's a very good keeper, and I don't really want to leave anyone out, but there is one name here that shines more than the others with her experience, and that is Missy Bo Kearns. She is an excellent player who's incredibly adaptable, plays in lots of places, and is a bit of a baller. She is an outstanding transfer for Aston Villa. If we look at the players that have left Aston Villa, Olivia McLaughlin to Rangers, Simone McGill to Birmingham, Meg Shaw to Rugby Borough, Alicia Lehman to Juventus, Anna Draper to MK Dons, Daphne van Domselaar to Arsenal, Alice Keatley to Nottingham Forest, and Freya Gregory to Southampton. Probably the biggest loss on there that I see is Daphne van Domselaar. The fact that she's gone to Arsenal, and I think there was a keeper trade, basically. That's a particularly good signing, and I've felt for a while that maybe Arsenal need another keeper. And of all the keepers in the league, one that has shone and continues to get better is Daphne van Domselaar. So watch that one. So when we face Aston Villa, we should be mindful of their key players, and they have a few. First is Kenza Dali. Now, looking at her stats, she's in the top 94% of chances created, which basically means that she's in the top 6% of everyone in the league. Impressive. So she is a chance creator and we need to keep an eye on her. Following that is Rachel Daly. She's incredibly dangerous in attack and she's formidable in defence. Watch her aerial threat, especially when crosses are being pinged into her. She's very experienced, very wily, and she could cause us problems. Adriana Leon. She's in the top 72% of goals scored, so it's not massive, but her link up with Daly, it can be quite devastating, especially when she's pinging those crosses in. So it's very important we take care of that. Kirsty Hansen, she's in the top 85% of defensive actions, and she's a bit of a brutal winger. So she's going to be causing a problem on the other side, and she's going to be pretty hard to get past. Missy Bo Kearns. This is why I believe that Missy Bo Kearns is quite possibly the best signing they've made and is likely to make the biggest impact this season. Missy Bo Kearns is in the top 98% of defensive actions. She's in the top 98% of touches and top 98% of chances created. I mean, that's some high level stuff. So keep an eye on her. There's a chance she'll cause us problems, but over Aston Villa's season, I do believe that she'll be a large part in them hitting higher than they have in previous seasons. So New Villa essentially want to have the ball, and they have the players now to fully retain possession. If we have a look at Aston Villa's pre-season campaign, it's pretty impressive. So they recorded 4 wins and a draw with no losses, but it's more to the point who these results were against. So 3 of the teams they faced are in the WSL, so we got a good indication of how they might set up and how they compare. So their first game was against Liverpool, where they won 1-0. They beat Real Betis at home 1-0. They drew with Charlton 2-2. They beat Everton 3-1 away. And they beat Manchester City 2-1 at home. It's impressive. So how can Aston Villa hurt us? It's very early to tell how the new Aston Villa will perform throughout the season amid the schedule and pressures. But if we are to go on pre-season, we can see they've definitely improved and appear to be harder to defeat than in previous meetings. However, pre-season only ever gives us a glimpse. And it is a long campaign. We've known Villa inside and out for several seasons now, but under DePaul, we may have some surprises thrown our way. It's possible they have a system change. Under Carla Ward, Villa played a 4-1-4-1, but under Robert DePaul, we can expect a more adaptable formation that may shift depending on whether they're attacking or defending. Already the new players have integrated into pre-season and are impressing. New goalkeeper D'Angelo has featured in goal and has taken the number 1 shirt. Paula Thomas has settled in well with strong performances, as have Robinson and Kearns. No doubt they'll be wishing to build on their strong start and to make an impression from the first whistle. Leon and Daly are dangerous when they link up. Direct crosses from Leon and the aerial strength of Daly could prove to be an issue for us. However, I am confident that our backline will dominate the air and preemptively close down any dangerous crosses. So Aston Villa could hurt us by playing a low block. Villa will force us to break them down and play in between tiny spaces. And if we find ourselves committing too many players to the attacking onslaught, there's a chance we leave ourselves vulnerable to the counter-attack. So we must ensure when we commit and play with a relatively high line, we don't leave ourselves exposed. So how can we hurt Aston Villa? Well, firstly, we must be clinical in front of goal. Playing against the low block, it can be frustrating and chances might be scarce if they put everyone behind the ball and build a wall. It is crucial that we make the most out of every opportunity. We must be efficient. We've got to be ready for immediate pressure. Villa will be bold enough to come at us right from the offset, and they will definitely have the belief that they can get a result after their pre-season campaign. So we must expect them to be on the front foot for the first 15-20 minutes as they seek a goal for a lead that they can then defend and build that defensive wall. Keeping a calm mentality will be absolute key to relentlessly chip away at their defensive wall and beat the low block. Now, they may repel 99 assaults on their goal, but it might be the 100th that breaks through. So we've got to keep our heads up and know that if we keep knocking, the door will open. We've got to express ourselves. We have an array of talent in our squad and we are experienced enough to keep to the system instilled, but also to embrace the natural talent we have and to be creative. We are at our best when we play with some discipline, but also with freedom. And I've no doubt that if we express ourselves tonight, we come away with the win. So on to my team selection. We'll likely set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. You could really select either Hampton or Musovic in goal. They are equally as impressive, but I'm going for Hampton for the improved distribution, which we may need so that we can take advantage by firing pinpoint long balls to our speedy attackers. At the back, I'm going for Charles, Bright, Buchanan and Bronze. Bright and Buchanan are 2 of the best in their field and entirely reliable. Charles and Bronze are quick, smart, defensively solid and offensively dangerous. I'd play 2 holding midfielders, one slightly advanced and the other nailed down just in front of the defensive line. Both Nusken and Kaptein have every attribute to own the midfield together and can alternate in defence and attack whilst keeping cover. In cam position, I'm going for Hamano. Now, Micah is really impressed in pre-season and Sonia has used her a fair amount in this role and it's working very well. The 2 wingers are a shoo-in with Wrighton on the left and Cannerid on the right. And in the centre, it has to be Ramirez. Myra's combination of strength, speed and skill is almost unparalleled. And while it's hard not to select Aggie, who I'd love to select, I feel that Myra has the right balance to break through against Villa. We'll definitely see Aggie at some point, and no doubt she will bag at least one goal. So the last two meetings against Villa have resulted in a 3-0 and a 6-0 win for the Blues. We've won 8 out of 8 meetings against Aston Villa and have scored 23 goals to their single goal. And I believe that whilst the new Villa are likely to be a stronger unit this season and they've a chance to finish in the top 5, we will be too much for them to handle. I expect we'll break through their block as many as 4 times, and I can see us conceding a single goal. So my prediction for this evening is a 4-1 win at Kingsmeadow with goals from Ramirez, Canarid, Niskin and Aggie Beaver-Jones. Come on, you Blues. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you come back for more. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you wish, and get active down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them below and also throw in your match predictions and team selections too. Thanks again. I will catch you all soon for a post-match video. Bless your blue blood and keep the blue flag flying high. Big love.